Grim, we're at 100 subscribers already.
Who knew our mothers could make 100 accounts that quickly? Hi, thanks for tuning back in to Worth the Dram. I'm Grim.
And I'm Red.
You're home for whiskey reviews, modest opinions, and dad jokes.
Pretty neat, huh?
So
no, go.
you can take it.
No, I was gonna say. So Grim, we are at 100 subscribers.
We're both very excited.
I'm jumping up and down right now. We've had to calm me down several times.
Yeah, so we set the 100 subscriber milestone expecting to not hit it for months. By the time that this episode airs, we actually hit this about episode 4.
Yeah.
So this should
on episode 4.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since episode 4 aired, and this is our milestone episode. This is our celebration of
you guys.
Yeah,
you guys.
You guys.
I took that from
you guys. One subscriber in particular. So we mentioned a couple episodes ago that our 100 subscriber milestone was Weller Special Reserve, the original weeded bourbon.
Original weeded bourbon.
So it says on the bottle.
It is. And it does trace its big history back to 1850s.
Yeah, that's a long time.
So it is a long time, and I'm super excited. It's rare for Arizona. It's tough to get here. I know, like, Total Wine will get like a pallet or two of it, and it doesn't even make it through the waiting list.
So, without further ado,
oh man,
W.L. Weller's is distilled and bottled by Buffalo Trace. Would you find something that looks really weird? We need something to fill the space. So W.L. Weller's is bottled and distilled by Buffalo Trace in Leestown, Kentucky. You may recognize that name because we mentioned it earlier. Yeah, that's good. We mentioned it in an earlier episode. They also bottle Pappy Van Winkle,
yes,
that's ultra rare. Like, you have to win a lottery just for the opportunity to buy that bottle. Someday, maybe.
Someday.
If we start spending enough at Total Wine.
Maybe they'll just give it to us.
No. If we start spending enough, they will enter us into the lottery.
Oh, so there we go.
Yeah.
I hope we're close enough by now.
We're nowhere near close enough. Fun fact.
Is that your first fun fact?
It is.
Oh, man. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah. So, fun fact, the Old Taylor House was built on the Buffalo Trace distillery grounds in 1792, which is also the year that Kentucky became a state, and might actually tip you off as to how 1792 small craft bourbon got its name.
Yeah.
Which we will get to in a later episode. Like that, we have a bottle waiting.
It's on the list.
It's on the docket.
Chris, Grim won't let me near the...
They know my name.
Grim won't let me near the back hat where he's hiding all the...
I mean, you got stuff locked up in yours.
I do, but you're not over at my garage.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I'm going to crack this open.
I think you should. So there is a ton of history behind the Buffalo Trace distillery. I mean, it can trace its history back 200 plus years. It changed hands many times. Ooh. Oh.
No cork, but that sounded very nice.
That did sound very nice. You know, I'm a fan of corked bottles, but that scratched an itch I didn't know I had.
That sounded very dirty.
After dark. Buffalo Trace Distillery, 200-year history. I mean, it goes back a long way. Back in the 1800s, it was owned by E.H. Taylor. At one point, Albert Blanton was the president. And if those names sound familiar to you, it's because Buffalo Trace has immortalized them in whiskey lines that we can buy today. There's E.H. Taylor, Blanton. In the 90s, Buffalo Trace was bought by Sazerac, which you may know from Sazerac Rye. So they've immortalized all the important figures in their history in things like their whiskey lines. E.H. Taylor, I mentioned. Blanton's, I mentioned. Weller is another one. Those are some deep celebratory pours that Grim is pouring now.
Hey, I like to party.
Yeah, I mean, don't we all?
And this is a celebration of
You know
our viewers here.
So say we all.
It's so say we all. This is the way.
This is the way.
How many trademarks are we going to hit? So
All of them?
before we even get into this, we are celebrating 101 because we do have a special guest
101.
behind the scenes here. We have our local craftsman who would prefer his Weller served a slightly different way, which is perfectly fine.
That
because
was a strange noise. Just made.
because with us, however you like your whiskey is the right way.
That is very true, and we're gonna double tap this as we get this done, just because we both appreciate
There's only one ice ball in that.
our behind the scenes craft.
That's super fancy for one ice ball.
Oh, am I supposed to crack this open too?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we're gonna crack this open too. That's not as satisfying as a cork and or a spin tap,
No, not quite.
but hopefully it gives a good sensory.
So you were way in my space.
I,
However, sir, we appreciate everything you've done for us, and this one's for you.
thank you, sir.
You can enjoy that now, or you can wait for us. Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead, please.
No, go for it. Go for it. I want to look at your face when it happens. All
We got a
right.
thumbs up there.
Thumbs up.
All right.
Now I was excited before, but now that we got the thumbs up, I'm even more excited.
We tried for a couple months to get this.
It's true.
You know, we've mentioned before, it is hard to find here in Arizona. Wow, those are actually really deep pours.
I mean, I can show you the color. It's very good, caramelly, dark color. But
Yeah,
I
looks
also
nice.
want to show you the pour that Grim did here, which means by the end of this episode, we may or may not be coherent.
I get that smells
It's-
really, really good.
That's
It smells very sweet, but that definitely
Yeah,
the original weeded bourbon.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, going back in a little history, William LaRue Weller, so W.L. Weller, started selling honest whiskey at an honest price back in like the 1850s.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It became so popular though that he had to put a green thumbprint on the barrels in order to prove that it was the legit product.
Oh, so there were probably a lot of copycats then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Trying to pass them off. So one, that's why we have the green, label on the bottle, green cap. It's a callback to that green thumbprint that used to be put on the barrels there. But history back to the 1850s. And while the mash bill is unknown, Buffalo Trace doesn't publish what the mash bill for this is. It's assumed, it's thought to be very close to what Pappy's is.
But not aged nearly as long.
But not aged, exactly.
Yeah.
It is aged. I mean, it is a bourbon, so it's aged in new charred oak. I just spilled a little bit on my hand. It feels very good on the skin. So that could be maybe it was a different line. Maybe a bourbon hand sanitizer.
Silky smooth.
Maybe a bourbon lotion going forward. Stay tuned.
So I'd like to get into this.
I'm going to beat you to it.
I was going to say this is for all of you.
I was too excited. Wow. I was very excited, and I apologize, but this is a celebration of all of our subscribers. All of you have joined us from now and supported us from now. Wow. That is
Super
good.
sweet.
I don't know about you, but I get real strong vanilla at the end.
Yep. So that just started rolling in as soon as you said it. It's very, very sweet.
Yeah.
From the start to finish, it's very,
Yeah.
very sweet.
So I want to say, I've had one sip of this, and I want to thank you guys again for helping us get to 100 subscribers so that we could taste this, because this is something special.
Take another sip. Werther's.
Oh yeah,
Werther's Originals.
I get that.
Yep.
That just like sweet caramel flavor.
Yeah. That is, it's thick. Like I
Yeah.
feel like this is a lot thicker than the other bourbons that we tried so far.
Yeah, and that's interesting. So it's a bourbon. It's at least 51% corn.
Yep.
No, not sure if it's rye. Not sure what else is in there.
There's no. I don't think there's.
I don't think there's
if there's
any
any
rye
rye
in
in
there
this,
at all.
it's very very low.
Yeah.
It might have sat next to a brick house with rye barrels, but like it's if there's rye, I'd be surprised if there's rye in this.
Yeah.
It's very smooth, but it's thick. So I'll tell you the first impressions, first glass. I'm not quite disappointed. It tastes good,
Yeah.
but it's underwhelming.
Is this our first disagreement?
I believe so. Yeah.
It's because for me, I took a sip and it's immediate, just caramel, vanilla. It's smooth. I mean, it was what I thought it would be.
Don't get me wrong. It meets all of my criteria for a bourbon,
Yeah,
but we waited so long for it.
I agree. I mean,
And it might be me. I might have built this up in my mind to be something phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I mentioned before, people in Kentucky can get this for $20.
Right.
That's kind of a bottom shelf bourbon
Yeah.
because they have the Weller 12, the Weller, I think 107.
Yeah,
They have other blends.
There's quite a bit.
Yeah. So first impressions, if I'm being completely honest, it tastes very good. It has a great flavor.
Yeah.
A nice finish. But it's a $20 bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe, same thing as you're saying. You had expectations, high expectations going in.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I have expectations as well. I have to get on your level because you already finished that glass. But
I'm just experiencing it as thoroughly as possible.
maybe I'm putting it on a pedestal. Yeah. Maybe
It's
I'm
possible.
saying, hey, I was looking so much forward to this. I'm going to like this.
That's a weird cut.
Yeah, it sure was.
It was, and we just realized we had some footage that did not have audio with it.
We rolled for quite a while
Yeah, at least 10, 15 minutes.
without our microphone plugged in.
So we had started last time with kind of recapping what the snifferizer on the first glass. I can't stop using that word. I'm sorry.
I know.
First glass, we got a lot of sweetness, maybe a little bit of oak, with a fresh pour. For me, I don't know how you feel, but for me, it's a little bit. I still get the sweetness, but I get a little bit more oak for me.
So I feel the sweetness is still there.
Yeah.
The oak scent, which I feel like I missed on the first glass, which
Yeah.
caused me to be a little more critical. It's there now. That's the alcohol coming through.
Which, funny enough, have we ever talked about the glasses that we use?
We might have kind of glanced over it.
So these are Glencairn glasses, and they're designed to capture the alcohol vapors in this thicker section here, so that all the more subtle flavors can come up and come out, and that's what you get when you go to drink it.
Yeah.
You get all those more subtle flavors,
And
so
I-
that smell and taste is kind of aligned there.
I was going to say, smell and taste are kind of two sides of the same coin. So you get a lot of the experience. Oh, you're getting into the tasting.
Sorry, I got into the tasting there.
So the shape of these glasses kind of forces your nose
Yeah.
into each sip.
Yeah.
So you get 100% of the experience.
Yeah.
Where you don't normally get that in regular whiskey
and maybe
glasses.
we should do maybe we'll do an episode on something we've tried before.
How much we don't like drinking out of regular glasses now.
And it's funny because I think I texted you one day and I was like, I kind of feel like a snob. I can't drink out of a regular glass anymore.
Because you bought these, but you leave them here now. You had to buy a new set for your own house.
I had to buy a new set for my own house because
Yeah.
I couldn't go after the I couldn't put it in the old-fashioned glasses I used previously.
So since you're tasting the second glasses that have been sitting,
Yes. No, I'll go ahead and taste it again because it's been a minute.
So, second impression is a little better than my first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling better about, after it sits, I'm feeling a little better. I like it. I'm in a weird position.
Yeah.
Because I like it, and I don't want to say I'm disappointed, because I'm not disappointed, but what's less than that? I'm a little let down. And it's probably, I built my own pedestal up.
Yeah.
But second glass.
Put it on a pedestal.
Yeah. Second glass, though, like,
Is it the oakiness that comes through a little bit more?
I'm getting that now where it wasn't before.
So for me, this is an interesting episode because for me, I'm opposite. Again,
So we're on that teeter-totter.
we're on the opposite sides of the of the whiskey coin there. I think I prefer it straight from the bottle, without sitting.
Yeah.
Because what I gain in the oakiness coming through a little bit more, I lose in the vanilla. And for me, vanilla is that's like, seventh heaven spice right there. I get a little bit more vanilla in the initial pour than I do after it's been sitting.
Yeah. I'd say a lot of the so let's say candied flavors,
Yeah.
caramel, vanilla, those kind of roll to the backside, and then the oak kind of takes the front seat
forward a little bit. And I think I prefer, at least for this expression of WL Wellers, I think I prefer the more sweet vanilla flavors than I do the oak forwardness that I get now.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm being as critical as I am because of how much we had to spend on it to get it here in Arizona.
Which I don't know. You went out and bought this and said this is going to be our special bottle.
Yeah,
because we could not get it locally. We tried.
I had to have this shipped in for about $65 with $10 shipping. It might have been more. So it was, let's say it was less than $80.
Yeah.
For this, I wouldn't spend that. I wouldn't spend that.
Not $80.
No. So I think that probably has a lot of weight to my
And when
feelings.
I'm coming into this without any of that, knowledge of how much. For me, it's just a good bourbon.
It does, like, the flavor is there. The flavor's there, but because of the effort that I put into it and then the money that I sunk into it, like the expectations are here and it's not.
Yeah.
It tastes like what it is. Like it's a good bourbon, but local to Kentucky, it's a bottom shelf bourbon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe $20 bourbon. I would probably stock this every day.
Don't get me wrong. Like it tastes very, very good.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing.
And we have it on very good authority. It also tastes very well mixed.
We sure do.
Throughout the entire glass.
Local craftsman.
So.
Thumbs up. No, he's giving us the hang 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's happy.
It's good stuff.
So the flavor is there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just the experience that I've had with this so far. Like, the flavor's there.
Yeah.
Everything I went through to get it brings it a little down.
And since I don't have that experience, I'm going just on the flavor.
So tell me this: if you have to put a number on it.
So I'm gonna go off my first impression, first flavor. For me, I'm not gonna take price into account, mostly because I didn't have to pay for it. So for me, I'm stuck between a 6 and a 7, and I'm really, really stuck, because my first sip of this, I was like, wow. Man, I want to drink this.
Don't get me wrong. My first sip too was nice.
Yeah.
And then there's that little voice back here that says, hold on, whoa, wait. Where's the receipt?
I get what you so give me a little bit. I want to do one quick fresh pour just to refresh my memory. Because, as we stated, we had a little technical malfunction.
We did.
So I smell a little bit of freshness. It's a little fresh pour.
Yep.
So why don't you go through your thoughts? I'm going to collect mine real quick.
By going through my thoughts, you mean finish my glass?
Finish your glass. Go through your thoughts real quick, and then maybe I can make up my mind.
Man, I am
You're struggling? So I can tell you,
Struggling.
I just took a sip right now. I'm a solid 6.
6.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a 5.
5?
I'm gonna say a 5.
Yeah.
5 is our baseline.
5 has been our baseline.
Yeah.
That's our
Yep.
baseline is.
So, like, if you can find
So
it.
here's a question for you. Here's a question.
Okay.
If you had Weller's, if you can find it, say you're here.
Mm-hmm.
You had, say we're in Kentucky. How about that instead? You have Weller's. You have Maker's Mark. Bam. What do you do? What do you do?
All right. So, I'd probably take a handle of Maker's Mark and
And
a
bottle
fifth of Weller's.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, if I was empty.
Yeah.
If I was empty. Before we go a little too far, combined score 5.5.
5.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can
For
math.
sure.
So to bring this round robin, you are super close to me again.
You know it's really warm in here, but I don't mind
It's because we're so close.
because I'm literally touching you right now.
Yes, like you're 90% of the heat I'm experiencing right now.
I'm a very hot man.
So obviously, you know, this is our Milestone bottle. This is all because of you. So thank you.
I can't thank you guys enough. I'm gonna say it again. Grim poured some really cheap glasses.
Yeah, I sure did.
I'm really happy about that. But mostly, I'm incredibly humbled and just excited that there are more than 100 of you now that have subscribed to the channel and you know put some value into what we're doing here, and
Yeah.
it's all for you guys, and so we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. So I know this is our 100 subscriber special, but if you haven't already, like and subscribe here. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And again, 100%, 110%, thank you.
And remember, however you drink your whiskey, whether it's mixed, straight, neat, with some ice, with some water, I don't care. However you drink your whiskey, that's the right way.